Hello there. This is John Anthony Francis Wilcox, and today is Saturday, October the 21st, 2023. How you doing? So, let's see. What shall we talk about? Let's talk about this week. This week that went by. Um, Interesting week for me. I it was a work week. I had a lot of transcrip- transcription and typing, which is more difficult to say than I imagined. To do because I had to get done my article with Joe Parrish James, who's the current guitarist in Jethro Tull. I got that finished last night and got it up and on my prog sheet. I'm very pleased with that. And I'm already working ahead. I found a tape with an old interview I had done and lost back in 2002 of Porcupine Tree's Steven Wilson. Um, and I'm working on that. It's very interesting. I totally forgot what we had talked about, but it's all coming back as I'm going through it. Interesting stuff. Nice guy. For me, a couple of big things. I finally watched season 3 of Picard, and that was amazing. Oh, and so many, what's the term nowadays? Easter eggs in there. So many references to little bits here and there that shows that whoever put it together are massive fans. Um, but let me point out a thing about that. So there are all these little callbacks and references to the past, but none of them get in the way of the story. If you've never seen Star Trek and you just knew this is a science fiction story from the future, it's these people that have to take care of this horrible situation. And as it goes along, you find out it's more horrible than you ever thought. And so they have to solve that. And how do they solve that? You know, that's what the story's about. So loved it. Now I want to watch the whole series again, and now I want to advocate for Star Trek Legacy, which is something that they want to do next, and I hope they do. So, so I'll tell you, it's not often that I'm truly surprised, but this week I was. So my nephew Michael and I were sorting through stuff, and he gives me this green tote bag to sort through, and it has different things. One thing I was so pleased to find was um, my old junior high school denim covered, beaten up 3 ring binder, notebook. And it still had like pages with, I don't know, an Orioles team sticker and stuff like that. So that was a real blast from the past. But there were two things that I thought I had left behind at the other house and were gone forever. So imagine my delight where I come across a thing about this big, and I'm going to make a separate video about this so you know. That's not one of my weekly videos because it's noteworthy, and it is back from late '85, early '86. Um, a letter from one Kate Bush. So I thought this was gone forever, and it was delightful. And it was something I never noticed before, which is she clearly had to use 2 pens because the first part of it is in blue ink, and then the second part of it's in black ink. And I don't think that was just a deliberate thing. I think it was just she ran one pen ran out, and so she started another pen. But I was so pleased to find that, and then related to her, um, I used to know here in Westport there used to be a great store in the 80s into the 90s and that called Record and Tape of Westport. And there was a woman named Jean who ran it, who was wonderful. She was a great person. But there was this girl who was cute beyond cute, and I used to love talking with her, named Kate Howie. And she then took on, for a while anyway, the professional name Kat Elwyn Devlin. And she, in the 90s, was doing the cabaret circuit in New York City, and she and a friend who was a pianist would do the music of Kate Bush. And I always felt so proud when I heard that because I know for a fact that I was the one that got her listening to Kate Bush. Because we would talk all the time at the store, and she would see I was buying this stuff. Why am I buying this stuff? Oh, you got to listen to Kate Bush. You must listen to Kate Bush. And she ended up having a great love of Kate Bush. So I believe it was 1995. Yes, I found my little like playbook and ticket um, for a show she did at the Arts Center here that used to be whatever was it Greens Farm School or whatever it was called. I forget what school that was called at the time. It's still there. It's where we go vote now. But she did a show, an evening of Kate Bush music that was delightful, and she really nailed Kate, and she had the proper kind of almost overly dramatic theatrical mannerisms that she added to the song. She really um, brought it to life, and she was charming. And Kate, Cat, whatever you want to call her, was someone I used to have a massive crush on, which she never knew. At least I don't think she knew, but I did. And I found that. That was another thing I thought I had lost. Um, I'll put up, you know what? I'll put up a picture in the credits of the front of it because I scanned it. I scanned the letter too. I'll put that in here too. Um, but I felt like a little kid finding this stuff. I was so pleased. I thought God moves in mysterious ways because I thought they were gone to memory for the rest of my life, and here they are, and I will make sure that I will always take care of them. Both things, the letter and this with Kate Cat, um, mean a lot to me. Beautiful time in my life. Uh, all of it. Now's a beautiful time in my life. I'll tell you a thing I was just discussing with my nephew Michael that I find sad is, as I've mentioned before, we're going through the house having to put a lot of stuff away, get rid of stuff, and all of that. I said, I was thinking about this the other night, and I always felt my whole life that I'm in my house. Here I am. I'm in my house. It's my house. I live here. Michael lives here with me here. Been in this house since 2010 and the other one for my entire life before that. That's the only places I've ever lived. I don't know if all of you know that. I've never lived anywhere else other than in Hales Court. Um, but once they came and that woman said, you have to get this clutter out or we're not renewing your lease, I now feel like I don't have a house. I'm just tenant number one in number 5 Hales Court until I'm either dead or they, you know, find some reason to get rid of us, which I hope they don't do. But I never felt that way. I always felt grounded in my own place. And now I feel like an anonymous tenant. I don't like this feeling. So I hope it goes away. Maybe it will, maybe it never will. Maybe this is a new reality I need to deal with. And anyway, I'm sorry if that's a bit of a melancholy note. On the other hand, let me highly recommend chocolate peanut butter pie Oreos. Yes. I also got something today in my Peapod order. I haven't tried yet, and I've never tried, but I bought it on reputation alone. I bought a bottle of Chick-fil-A sauce. So I'll find some kind of chick to do that. Mind you, tonight is Pasta Fazool night, so looking forward to that. Um, and we move forward. I think that's going to do it for today. By the way, a moment to say that I heard from my dear, dear friend Stacy, who I adore, and she's ill with COVID, and she's got a lot of stuff going on, and I hope she heals up very soon. And I love her just so much. She's a great person. She's only ever been a wonderful friend to me. Mighty cute too. But I hope she does well. I hope she heals up soon. I hope you're watching this, Stacy. I love you. Feel better. And I will talk to you all next time. I love you, and I'll see you then.